Hi, this is ShadowWwitch, also known as Miss Faith, coming to you from Enchantments, and welcome to my circle. Today we're going to be talking about some stuff that's going on in our world today, and I didn't really expect it to affect our world, so it's a little interesting. Getting ready for work today, I was listening to CNN and the whole hush money thing and the trial, and not really focusing too much on that. And all of a sudden, Miss Daniels was being asked questions, and it kind of took a turn I didn't expect. She was asked questions about a home, I guess, or a place she owned, where it was reported that she might have had some ghost activity. And she went on to say that I guess they found out that the supposed haunting was a giant possum. Okay, that could happen down in New Orleans. But there was this reporter that got up in the corner of the screen that just started, it was just so crazy. It was really him that I took offense to, saying that, well, she was credible up to this point, and then all of a sudden she started talking about, does she believe in ghosts? Does she hear ghosts? Quote unquote, it went off the rails, or it was about to go off the rails at that point. And I looked later and online in some newspapers, they're talking about discrediting her sanity because she might believe in ghosts. And seriously, really? Okay. I really respect journalism and the free press. The First Amendment is really important to me, having a free press, because I think as adults, intelligent adults, we should be able to discern information. Just reading it and blindly believing it without doing any checking, well, if you're that gullible, that's on you. The thing you have in your hand right now is really easy to use to verify, check, triple check, quadruple check, look for different sources, make sure there's some credibility to the information. Just reading a headline and running with it, I think we know better by now. So this journalist obviously has never done any reporting on hauntings, the paranormal, and we get that directed at us all the time. I can't be interviewed for a paper without the term alleged before which, in reference to me. I'm alleged, which means I'm not real. So it's just crazy. There's so many places I could go with this, but Yale University, a very respected institution here in New England, they actually have a program that deals with the paranormal. The United States, with the Soviet Union back during the Cold War, when it was the Soviet Union, each employed what were called remote viewers to spy on each other using psychic ability. They put people in apparently rooms with cubicles. You'd have paper, pen, and longitude, latitude, and just sit there and try to visualize what was in that location in this other country. You can look it up online. I think Columbia University discusses it on a particular page. The United States and the Soviet Union, now Russia. That's pretty damn credible. So maybe that journalist is the one that needs to do a little bit more research. Because I found her to be very credible. Yeah, and for those that want to say something nasty about her and her profession or what she does, one, it's not all women. There's a lot of men in that profession. I don't hear any names being directed at them. Not like the horrible, denigrating, really terrible words that are used toward women. And I wanted to look up while I have you here, because I had heard that it is a fairly big industry. So let us see how much, just for the last year, that the adult film industry, is that what it's called? Ooh, are you serious? Do you have, okay, guess. All right, off the top of your head, guess. Oh my word. How much do you think the adult film industry brought in last year? Oh, it's annually, so I guess it's probably averaged, but annually, $97 billion. Are you kidding me? Well, respect. My goodness. Who would have thunk it? I'm more into action films. So, yeah. With our puritanical ways and so many people saying so much crap out there about how horrible she is, 97 billion, somebody's watching those movies. Wow. Yeah. Well, good for her. Simply, she's adult. She chose the profession willingly. Nobody has forced her. And as long as it's consensual, no children are involved, everything is legal and above board. Rock on. Good for her. Anyone that says anything derogatory or nasty about somebody like that, one, you're just shaming women. I'm not even going to use the horrible word that is used before shaming. And you don't have those words directed at the men in those movies. Men that are kind of, out there, they're called players or, stuff like that. But they don't have the same words. Good for her. And she's probably made more money than I'll ever see in my lifetime. And a lot of you watching this. So, yet, all credibility goes out the window because she might have lived in a haunted house. I'd love to talk to that journalist. I could bring him some places, leave him overnight, come back and get him in the morning. I would change his worldview. Oh, yes, I could. Man. So what is it about that? Tell me, what is it about that that makes us less credible? Now, she just assumed maybe that she lived in a house that was haunted. Down in New Orleans, I will tell you, she is in the majority. I've known people who lived in New Orleans or live in New Orleans, and it is a very common sight to go down the streets and see signs outside of apartments or houses that are for rent or for sale that will say apartment for rent or for sale, a house for rent or for sale. And underneath has another little sign that says haunted or not haunted. It's kind of like a rule. People want to know, is this house haunted or is it not haunted before I rent or I buy? And each have their attractions for various people. Some want to rent or buy a haunted place. Others prefer not to. So to each their own. So yeah, down there, I mean, maybe because she was in New York and these people, you know, the reporter or journalist, I'm assuming that's who he was. He was reporting back to the desk. I wasn't familiar with who the person was. But maybe up in New York, they're a little less spirit-minded. See what I did there? But what is it? Because it's invisible. We believe in things that are not tangible. Okay. If you're of that mindset, oh, it's magical, it's invisible, it doesn't exist, so they're crazy. All right. What about God? Show me God. I personally believe in God, but you can't make it appear right here, so it's invisible. So it's kind of a belief, could be magical thinking for some people. How about love? You love your family. You love your mother, your father, your dog, your cat, your best friend. Love is invisible, but it's real. So it just never fails to interest me that we are perceived as the less credible by all those completely ignorant of our ways. We believe in a lot of things that are invisible. It doesn't make them not real. So I hope this gave you something to think about. And don't be saying nasty things about people that do things that maybe are braver or more courageous than things that you would do. Especially if you don't know them. We don't know what motivates anybody. As long as they're not harming anyone and everything is consensual. That's why we live in this world. That's why we live in this country, because we have those freedoms. And we all get to do what we want to do. And if other people don't like it, that's okay. Thanks for watching my channel, and I hope you subscribe. I hope you share. I hope you like. And any comments are welcome. Please be kind. And I will see you soon. I'm going to try to put one of these out as often as possible. Thank you so much. Bye.